You can see those dark clouds in the background. As we said before, we're keeping you weather aware as we track some rain and winds and storms moving through the area. Meteorologist Chris Mulcahy joins us now with all the details. Chris?
Thanks a lot, Sarah. This is the only time I'm going to be wishing that it looks gloomy and cloudy through most of the day, because the more sunshine we get, we remove those darker clouds. That allows things to destabilize, where the sun is the biggest driver of weather. And many of us learned that if you were ever in the path of totality, that physically the winds slow down when the sun is blocked. So in this case, if we can block as much sun as possible, that's going to be great for us. However, some of our radar imagery has shown that we have a few holes starting to develop just southwest of here. But I still think we're going to have on and off rain for a good portion of the day. The more rain that we see, the more cloud cover, the better news for us. But here's the master setup. It's right in here that the worst the weather is going to be regardless. Number 2 spot is going to be right here north around the Ohio Valley. We already have a tornado warning south of Jacksonville, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, and a lot of rain has dropped here in northern Florida and southeastern Georgia. For us, it's going to be right around here, the warm front that moves up a little bit closer to home, that's going to be our severe potential. Regardless of any thunderstorms, it's going to be breezy. We already popped gusts from 30 to 35 this morning, brought down trees, as we mentioned at the top of the half hour, and that could further bring down some trees with that saturated soil. It's the prime time setup. We have a lot of shallow rooted trees that only go down about 18 inches for the root system, so strong enough wind gusts, taller it is, could topple it over. So just be weather aware for that outside of any thunderstorms. We're also going to keep these winds around not just today, but for tomorrow. Tomorrow, wind gusts could be over 40 to 50 miles per hour in the mountains, as much as 60 the higher you go up, and then still rocking gusts anywhere from 30 to 35 tomorrow afternoon. We have only 2 wind advisory reports. That's from the National Weather Service here in Columbia for Lancaster and Chesterfield County. Could be a little bit breezier there, a little bit closer to the center of that low, but you can see that we actually have 2 fronts that are going to move through. This first one is going to push in our severe potential. The second one is going to cool us down for tomorrow, but it's still strong enough to keep it breezy for tomorrow. So our window of opportunity, I already showed you this graphic, it's 3 to 8 o'clock. That's the main threat for stronger winds from thunderstorms and an isolated tornado. Here's what it looks like here on our futurecast. Bring up to 1 o'clock. I think we're just pretty much cloudy and overcast. We could have some more showers, even an embedded thunderstorm. This would be weak sauce compared to what we could see a little bit later on today, but it's all dependent on that sunshine. This is showing a break in the clouds by about the middle of the afternoon. Even if you get it for about an hour, that's enough to kind of give a little extra juice to the atmosphere, and that's what is showing here. This right here would be the worst case scenario. See how there's a little hook right here? That would be a supercell. So you don't want these to be isolated and hit some of that energy. This is showing really between about 4 and 7 o'clock that we have that best potential. So really anywhere on either side of the I-77 corridor, and we're even seeing some rotation tracks. That's that twist of the atmosphere. So we have enough fuel here to be weather aware going forward. So again, really after 3 o'clock, be weather aware that you could have a stronger thunderstorm that could pop up. Here's another example of what our rotation parameter is looking like. Now going forward, I think most of the rain that we see will actually be up in the mountains, but any isolated thunderstorm should be moving quick enough, could easily dump a quick ½ inch of rain. The backside of this certainly cooling us down. We have the upper 60s on Friday, but look at this, the mid 70s on Saturday, and then let the lower to the mid 80s roll. We'll have the warmest day that we've had so far this year. The warmest we've been so far is 84. Next Thursday, just outside of this Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, we could be challenging 90 degrees.